2026 Australian Open. Alexandra Eala suffers early exit on tournament debut. Alexandra Eala is out of the 2026 Australian Open, with the 20-year-old on the losing end of a three-set tennis nail-biter on Monday, the 19th of January. Despite taking the first set uncontested, the young Filipino's main draw debut ended in defeat to America's Alicia Parks, 0-6, 6-3, 6-2. Eala's every move was roared on by a vocal crowd on court 6, inspiring that faultless opening set. In the end, it was a remarkable turnaround from Parks, who went from failing to win a single game in set 1 to booking a spot in the second round against one of the sport's rising stars. Historic stage, heartbreaking end, Alexandra Eala's 2026 Australian Open debut. On a sun-drenched January afternoon at Melbourne Park, one of tennis's most compelling stories of the season reached a dramatic, unexpected crossroads. Alexandra Eala, the 20-year-old phenom from the Philippines who had captivated fans across Asia and beyond with her breakthrough 2025 season, stepped onto the court for her first-ever main draw match at the Australian Open, the first Grand Slam of the year. The energy in the arena was electric, the stands overflowing, and the hopes of a nation rested firmly on her shoulders. Yet, despite a gallant fight and a thrilling start, her campaign ended sooner than many had hoped. In a first-round battle against American Alicia Parks, Eala suffered an early exit, a result that shook fans and sparked introspection on what such a moment truly meant in the arc of a young athlete's journey. The rise before the fall. Alex Eala's ascent in the tennis world was not meteoric by chance, it was earned. By the start of 2026, she had climbed to a career-high world ranking of number 49 on the WTA Tour, a mark of consistent results and determined progress through the professional ranks. That ranking was not only a personal milestone but a historic moment for Filipino tennis. No woman from her country had reached such heights before. Her 2026 campaign began with promise. A semifinal run at the ASB Classic in Auckland showcased her competitive fire and potential to contend with seasoned tour players. She even clinched the Yvonne Goolagong-Collie Trophy at the Kuyong Classic exhibition event with a 6-3, 6-4 victory over Paris Olympic silver medalist Donna Vekic. This backdrop of momentum set enormous expectations for Eala as she arrived in Melbourne, both from international observers and from the burgeoning fan base that had traveled, or tuned in, to witness her debut on tennis's grandest stages. Melbourne Park, the Grand Slam dream. The Australian Open is unlike any other tournament. Its hard courts gleam under the blistering Victorian summer sun. Its passionate crowds roar with a mixture of national pride and global tennis enthusiasm. For Eala, this year's edition was a dream realized. No longer a wildcard entry trying to navigate qualifying, but a main draw competitor, embraced by fans and poised to make history. When she appeared at the opening ceremony and subsequent practice sessions, you could sense a spirit that was equal parts excitement and awe. Commentators, fans, and tennis writers alike underscored the almost cinematic quality of her story. The young trailblazer, making her Australian Open debut on one of the sport's biggest stages, carrying the hopes of millions. And in truth, the anticipation was not unfounded. As one report noted, the stands completely packed, with crowd energy palpable the moment Eala stepped onto the court. The match, a tale of two halves. Eala's first-round match was against Alicia Parks, an American player ranked lower yet possessing a powerful serve and WTA experience. Parks, known for her aggressive style and blazing serving speed, was a formidable foe. From the outset, Eala looked unfazed by the occasion. In a stunning display of intensity and tactical precision, she dominated the first set, sweeping it 6-0, a statement that sent waves through the stadium and drew cheers from the capacity crowd. But tennis, as ever, is a game of momentum. Once Parks found her rhythm, the dynamics began to shift. The American adjusted her strategy, brought her strengths into sharper focus, and seized control of the second set, winning it 6-3. From there, the tide was fully in Parks' favor, and she carried that momentum through a 6-2 final set, securing the victory in just under 2 hours. It was a dramatic reversal, from bagel set domination to a grueling defeat, all in less than 3 hours. Pain, passion, and perspective. The immediate reaction from fans was emotional and raw. In Melbourne Park and across social media platforms, supporters expressed heartbreak, disappointment, admiration, and fierce loyalty. Some praised Eala's first set as a glimpse of her immense potential. Others criticized elements of her game, like consistency and stamina, as areas needing improvement if she wanted to scale the Grand Slam summit. Yet within that mix of reactions lies a deeper truth about sport. A single match rarely defines a career. For Eala, this loss was not a collapse but a crucible, a test of resolve. The intensity of Grand Slam competition reveals both strengths and areas for growth. In Eala's case, defeating a rising rival like Parks in the first set showed she has the fire and skill to beat top-level opponents. The lessons from the second and third sets, the tactical adjustments she must make, the conditioning needed to withstand momentum shifts, are equally vital insights for a young champion in formation. A broader canvas, impact beyond the scoreline. Eala's participation in the Australian Open, even with an early exit, transcended the binary of win and loss. Her presence on that stage was a beacon, not just for Filipino sports fans but for young athletes across Asia, where tennis is rapidly growing and diversifying its global footprint. Across Melbourne Park, her matches drew crowds that might have otherwise overlooked early-round play. Her journey became a magnet for new eyes and new hearts, an embodiment of the aspirational power of sport. Even off-court, the narrative of her year, climbing rankings, contending in international events, engaging fans, fortified her status as a rising figure in women's tennis. The road ahead, rebuilding and growing. Rather than a setback, Eala's early exit should be read as a crucial waypoint, a moment of reflection, learning, and strategic adaptation. For every athlete, growth curves aren't linear. Legends of the sport, from Martina Hingis to Naomi Osaka to Coco Gauff, all face tough defeats before breaking through consistently on the biggest stages. What separates stars from flash-in-the-pan stories is not immunity from loss, but the response to it. At 20, Eala is still young by tennis standards. Her ranking, career milestones, and competitive experience have already set her apart from most peers her age. The foundations of a great career are present: talent, resilience, a competitive spirit, and a growing base of fans hungry to support her rise.